Yeah, welcome back to the Firehouse for some more Firehouse reasoning. Tonight I'm going to be reasoning about revolution, but not organized revolution, but self-revolution, as it was. One have to have a revolution against the ego within oneself before one can comprehend what oneness is and what true revolution is. No revolution is going to be successful or has ever been successful on the planet simply because those who have carried out revolution, organized revolution, before did not know themselves. These revolutionary, I say, are like religionists, organized. You see what I mean? The revolution that we need in this time is a revolution that is going to destroy our opposition, as it was then. You know what I mean? East, west, north, and south. Nothing in this present system can be allowed to function or to be fixed or to be corrected. You see what I mean? This is why the revolution got to be an individual revolution, as it was, to see the correct way. To simply unite with a group of people to have a revolution, that will not work. Because amongst these groups of people, you will find those who don't know themselves correctly, and they will quickly revert back to farm as it was. I know I always say the story of Jesus is fictitious, but as you can see from that story, he organized and one of his followers betray him. You understand? But when you have a revolution within yourself and you kill Mr. Ego or Mrs. Ego, then you have a successful revolution. Or you are on the way now to understand what a revolution is, or the type of revolution that is needed on planet Earth. You see what I mean? We need a revolution that, like I say, is going to remove the system planetary-wise. Because the system is sick. In the east it's sick, in the north, in the south, and in the west. You understand? So this system need to be removed. And to understand the system fully, you have to kill Mr. Ego. You see what I mean? Remove selfishness from out of the way. You see? We need unity to have a successful revolution. But unity with thy own self. You know what I mean? That is the unity. I always hear people about we need unity. You know, maybe as African people we have to unite. Well, I personally, as an African, and I am an African as well, keep repeating, I am from the deep Congo. But I don't need to unite with any human being because they might not be true revolutionaries. You know what I mean? They might not be proper revolutionaries, so you don't know. You can't unite with beings like that. But I agree with unity. So the one to unite with is the one that dwells within. Because then that way, if others do not join in this unity then, you alone can do the revolution. You understand what I mean? You don't need a big crowd because the one is mightier than the many. So no, I don't fear the many, or even reason to myself that, oh yes, I have to get a lot of people around, to agree. No, I don't need to get anyone around to agree. I don't care, because I'm not looking for unity with human beings. You know what I mean? I unite with the one. And all those who are united with the one, now we are united without you even knowing. When you observe this, what I call invisible unity then, if you know what I mean. But that is the only way that a successful revolution can be carried out. You know what I mean? All other form of unity is just false pretend. Physical strength and in the physical, yeah, for sure. If a lot of you unite. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have any spiritual strength or any spiritual understanding. Because you can only get that when you are united with the one. Ain't no united with the one. Ain't no getting no genuine what I call unity. Ain't no getting this genuine unity, ain't you having no genuine understanding of what you're fighting here in this revolution. If you know what I mean. So now I come to destroy all organization, all forms of it. Because in organization you have all form of hypocrisy. And I will not be united with anyone who is hypocritical. So it's best as a one-man revolutionary to unite with the one that is within. Then I am sure, like I say, 1,000,000,000% that one will not come up with any form of hypocrisy and will keep the revolution pure and clean, truthful and honest. But if we should organize as a group of people, all kind of, I say ungodly people can now creep into the organization undercover. But you cannot go undercover with yourself. The self see it all. You see? So, unity is strength. That's what they say. Yeah, unity with thyself is strength. You know? It don't mean, I know that if a lot of, because I see how this false unity work. That's why the church and religion is so powerful, because they are united. They are organized. That's why business is so successful, because they are organizing these things. So it gives them physical, outward strength, so that a lot of them could buy this or a lot of them could be a conquer, you know what I mean? But that is false unity. You know? Unity is like everything else in this world, positive and negative. And that one, the outer form of unity, where you come together as a group to rule and manipulate for whatever reason, I don't know, selfish thing that you got. But that is not real unity. That is the outward form. The inward form of unity is when one is united with the higher self. You see what I mean? And that is where the real strength is. You see what I mean? Now if you are united with thyself, like say I am, I destroy any organization, innit? Just on my own, and I ain't got no organization. I mean, when I say I destroy them, I mean with truthfulness and honesty. Kill them all, you know what I mean? Just by being united with the one, because the one is greater than the many. You don't see, you don't dig it. That's how it run in reality. On the other side of the false unity that human beings are trying to organize in a way, say to free themselves whether as Africans or whatever. You know what I mean? No. We'll never unite that way. True unity can only be gained within oneself. When one get rid of one egoistic ways that has been implanted in us in childhood. You know what I mean? When we get rid of this, when we examine our faculties, or I say when we enter the mind, our mind, like a garden, go in there and root out the dirty behavior that we have, you know, that has been instilled in us and has now grown into our lovely garden, which is the mind, and contaminated it up. Everyone should know how awful a garden look when it's full of weeds. Well, imagine you having a view of your mind. That's how it would look when it's filled up with selfishness, spite, hate, greed, racism, lust, jealousy, spite. All the things that make not the physical body, but the soul of man sick. I wonder if when people are not united, I don't think it really dawned on them that sickness is not just a physical thing. You know what I mean? So a lot of them now, they're very, very ill. But because their sickness is just a mental one, not a physical one, they are under the impression that they are in good health. No, it takes a lot to have good health. And believe me, most of the world is sick. And a sickness that is brought on by their own behavior. You know what I mean? Admittedly, some people catch the sickness as well. Because the younger generation coming into the world have no choice but to catch this. If you're coming into a place where there is pure sickness, you are bound to get sick. And if the people don't realize that they are sick, you might end up not believing or realizing to yourself that you are sick. Which most of the world end up not realizing this, that they are sick human beings. Not because, and the reason why they don't recognize this sickness, like I say, is because the physical body is functioning well. And they only recognize illness when the body is ill. Or when somebody, I would say, they will recognize the mental illness if somebody is really off the radar, like. You know, they recognize it that way. But if they are just greedy for making money and arms and weapons and wanting to murder others, I don't think they recognize such things as sickness. You know what I mean? No. They don't recognize like say racism and all those things as real sicko. That's like somebody like that should be like I say, be put in a mental institution where you can not inject them or anything, but where you have spiritual men who can reason and get them out of their confusion. You know what I mean? These men who conceive of money and is pursuing money are very sick beings. Admittedly, we live in a world now, so we have to work with the money, if you know what I mean. But those at the top who are pursuing it, who have billions and still wanting more millions, these people are ill. They have all the money now and all the suffering is going on earth. Before they give it away so people can eat and make the world happy, they are storing it up and causing all kind of unnecessary suffering on the planet. So these people are sick. But they're not sick physically. You know what I mean? You have people running off into church going on about Jesus. Every one of them is sick. Like I say, I'm a betting man. If any man loves Jesus so much, let him come and bet his soul that he is certain that Jesus is real. Because I am willing, as a fire generally, when the fire gets hot, to bet my soul that there is no such thing as Jesus. The idea of Jesus is a devilish idea by wicked and evil men to make money. It ain't a real story. The only reason why it fascinates people is because people refuse to be revolutionary. You see what I mean? They have not fight the revolution within themselves and get rid of ego. So of course they can believe any bullshit that people tell them now about Jesus. Yeah, well, I'm willing to bet my soul that every single human being who is following Jesus is going to end up in a dark place. You see what I mean? Because you have not done any work on yourself truthfully. You are a believer. You are not supposed to be here on this earth believing anything. You are supposed to fight to find out what is right. You don't understand? This is a war. Yeah, you're letting people telling you a load of bullshit. You know what I mean? This goes for the Muslim them as well, you know, where they say like Muhammad is the last prophet. God has never sent any prophet here, never mind the last. You see what I mean? But anyway, you believe that. You can't know this as well, you know. You can't know it, you can only believe it. That somebody tell you that. But in this revolution, you can't, no belief cannot help you in the revolution. For you to be believing, all you are stating that you have not, or you are not willing to be united with thy true self. You are not willing to be a revolutionary. I look at you and I say you are a coward. The whole lot of you. And don't worry about just the flock. I am dealing with the hierarchy, the imam and the priest and that run false thing on earth. Like I say, I'm a one-man revolutionary. I don't really unite with anyone apart from the one. So I reckon that one have the strength and power to crush anyone with lyrics. Kill it dead. You see what I mean? Because I am not afraid of anyone, like I tell you. God or devil or angel. I am a truth and right soldier, innit? So there ain't nothing to fear. Have a drink of water. And that's the reason, that's one of my main reasons why I know I could never be united with anyone like that. The only way I can unite with you is, and I wouldn't have to be united, because once you know the one, we are united. We don't have to form an organization. No, I don't have to form an organization. I am here to destroy organization, like I say. And I don't need to organize with other human beings to do that. Because other human beings do not run things, as I say in my way. But the one that these, I try to call themselves Illuminati, as if they got some light. And the all-seeing eye. Well, in my case, it is the all-seeing eye that run things. You know what I mean? And I know where the all-seeing eye is. Because I have seen that one. I know that one. That is I and I, Master. That is the one that is within you, watching you. Out here in the West, they call the mighty fire, the conscience. I call that one the terrible and dreadful overlord himself. Rastafari, the High General. Secret dweller within all human beings who has ever moved upon the planet Earth. And if any boy, I say I call them boy or girls, if any being that come out of woman, any ever spoke any sense or knew it, it was my master who teach it to him, for sure. No boy can't know nothing unless they know this one. You see what I mean? And I am the general for this one. And anyone, like I'm telling you, can be united with this one. You don't have to follow me. I am not here. I don't teach people to follow me. I teach people to follow themselves. Because like I tell you, I don't unite with human beings. Don't get me wrong, I'm friendly with human beings, but I'm not organizing with them. I don't teach them. I try and direct them to the teacher so that the teacher can teach them. I am not the teacher. Teaching is not my job, if you know what I mean, you know. Well, I'm backward. Yeah, well, yeah, I have to do a bit of the teaching, but teaching about the one. You see what I mean? And how you can get to know the one. No need to get to know me, because like I say, I am no one. And then if you should get to know this one, you can help to teach others about this one. Simple as that. You know what? Because the one run things. You see what I mean? And you will understand this, like I say, when you know this one yourself, when you start to move within yourself. But you cannot move within yourself until you start your self-discipline. Self-discipline is the key. If you do not use this key, then of course you will be involved in false unity. You know, going to churches and, you know, farm up your business and whatever organization you're farming up in. But whatever organization you farm, it won't be genuine. Because the people that make up the organization would not have had a revolution within themselves first. You see what I mean? And that have to happen. First, there must be a revolution, war in a Babylon. And the first war is the war against thy own self, thy own hypocrisy. You know, because we all contain some form of hypocrisy. I say, due to brainwashing and, you know, what we take on board as human beings. So we end up all being, what I say, all in one way or the other, a bunch of hypocrites or negative beings. You see what I mean? So if we want now, like I say, true unity, we now have to unprogram ourselves by getting rid, like I tell you, it's a positive and negative verse. So more than likely some of what was installed in us wasn't bad, was actually good. So we get a mixture of good and bad to whatever degree. So all we have to do now is to be honest with ourselves and remove what we can identify as negative things that was instilled in us, whatever it is, that is. I know this is a hard process for most human beings, but if you don't do it anyway, you will never know true unity. You know what I mean? And when you won't be able to live in unity if you don't know what unity is. You understand? And when you die, because you never know it, you go and live in the same confusion. Only those who understand the oneness of life shall experience and live the oneness of life. Those who desire it, those who love it. So if you are not one of these beings on earth, then when the mighty death, the Governor General, bad boy disciple of God, when he comes for you, because he never stop working tirelessly, that one, removing beings. When he remove you from here, then you, if you wasn't one of them who have a revolution and desire in your heart to live in unity, then your spirit, I suppose, will go and mingle with those who love this unity. You know what I mean? Like I say, we are here to sow seeds and then grow them, and then not grow, reap them later. You know? They'll come to maturity here, our dear. You reap what you sow. Yeah, we are all going to reap what we sow. So it would be best if we have a revolution here. You know what I mean? Make correction. Like I said, we're all sinners. We could say we've all sinned against the Lord. You know? So I'm holding up my hand. Yes, I have sin in my life. You know? Like I say, from 27, I try to rectify these faults that I find within myself, and I've been trying to polish myself like how one would polish a rough diamond and make myself a better human being in the struggle. Now I'm saying every human being can do that, can strive, try, you know. Not saying you're perfect, because in I and I world no one is perfect apart from the one. But we can try to be better human beings. So when we make connection with ourselves, because we ourselves don't know how to be better human beings. Because if we did, we wouldn't grow people up and educate them all this bullshit that we educated them. So we don't know. But there is a one who knows, they all see and I know. The one that dwell within, conscience. You know what I mean? Let your conscience be your guide. It's simple as that, isn't it? Bumbuckler. Sometimes you have to get angry and come with a one swear. Because it's so simple. Let your conscience be your guide. Now, which human being is going to say they haven't got a conscience? Yeah, well, they can do anyway, because human beings are so ridiculous and stupid that some of them would deny the fact that they got a conscience. And maybe because they spend the time doing so much, they become so set in evil that the cloud of darkness that has descended in the mind has actually blocked out the light of conscience. For real. Just like how I say the cloud gather over the sun sometime and block the light out from reaching the earth. Maybe when a beings become so sickly like some of these on earth, maybe the light of conscience don't actually reach them. For real. Because their action have created this cloud between them and the one that is within. You see what I mean? Even last week, this is how funny, I always find things fun. I was reasoning with a Muslim lady. Don't get startled. She was a Sufi. I was reasoning with her in the town and she was saying that like the Quran say, Allah is closer to you than your beard. Which I agree, yeah. God is closer to you than your beard. Well, if he's that close to you, then why don't you deal with God instead of the Quran? Yeah, deal with the God, right? That is closer to you than your beard. The one that I'm telling you about, the one that dwell within. When you are dealing with this God, or this higher intelligence, some people don't like the word God, know that. So forget about the word God then. The Creator. The higher intelligence, the I, whatever you want to call it. When you are dealing with this, because this power and this force is closer to you than your beard, well, you should naturally deal with that one instead of a book. Then you know if it's closer to you than your beard, it can't be a book, can it? Which is true, because the one is not a book. You see what I mean? The one is a spirit that dwell within all. It's a kind of magic, I say. But if magic is in the world, that would imply that the one is a magician. So the one where this magic where he's dwelling, or she, the one is not a he or a she, it's just for speech sake. But I want to get away from this male chauvinistic, sexist way of maleness in everything. You know what I mean? This is not a male or man thing. Truth is not a woman or a man. Truth is truth. I am not like that. That's why I don't join up with human being. Because I'm not blood clot interested in male or female and your little petty differences. I am interested in the truth. What is right and correct for both of you, whether you're a woman or a man. The truth, the full truth, the truth for this one and the truth for that one. So I don't take side, you know what I mean? I know, in my way of seeing things, there is no better than, like, man is better than woman and woman. You are on a level, you know what I mean? Full of shit. So I don't know why one would want to think that one is better and one was first and one was. What difference does it make? We are humans, supposed to love each other, and love your wife and your sister and what and all these kind of things. When did superior and inferior come into it? What would be the point of the father sit there saying he's superior to the mother? You know, and the brother doing this to the sister. What are they going to gain out of that by saying, oh, that they are superior? You're supposed to live and share and love. How can love be superior? So you see, when you don't have this revolution within yourself, people come up with that. I say they come up with all kind of weird way of seeing things and weird way of behaving when they follow their own whim. I call it their own whim. Because we got a choice, like I say, we don't have to follow conscience. We can easily follow our own way. Or if not, you can follow the way of the negative master himself, Satan, the eye general. But like I said before, Satan is not looking for any recruit. I know him personally. Because to know these things, you have to know God and the devil. You know what I mean? This is just positive and negative. So I'm saying Mr. Negative is spitting out negativity, but ain't forcing anyone to accept it or to do it. They do so of their own free choice, given to them by the creative energy, if you don't want to call the one God, are given to them by Rastafari. Now every human has got this ability to make their own mind up. That's it. If their mind is not impure, forget about those whose mind are impure. God will deal with that one. But for you whose mind is not impure, don't be blaming anything on the devil. The only thing the devil is doing to you is tempting you. You know, like either through, like I say, through your own mind, or come through associates. But the devil himself is never going to move from his position and force you to do anything or force anyone. Because the devil is not interested. The devil is just here to give you the opposite of positive. That's positive and negative, night and day, you know what I mean? So, don't be blaming Satan for the things that you do. The behavior of human being on earth now, people, it's not satanic, it's human being doing that. Human beings who do not understand the law. You see what I mean? And until you do, you will live exactly like how these are in war and hate and jealousy and things. You know what I mean? So this kind of system, I wouldn't call it a system, a shit system, need to be destroyed totally. You know what I mean? Wipe out. For a start, you shouldn't have any money here because God never created any. It must have been by the criminals whose intention was to govern and rule and manipulate and use it to rob those or to deny people what is rightfully theirs. From you are on this planet, you are entitled to house, land, water, food, clothes, and it, because that's what make people live. And it's all free. God provide all the material, all the energy, and He give us, we provide the work to get what we need. We don't come here to buy anything. These satanic devils that have created this shit system to deceive their fellow human beings, I don't know what. There is real sick on this type of. Plus, because they're so goddamn ignorant, they don't realize that they'll have to pay for this. Every single bit. No one is getting away with anything. You know what I mean? But this system needs to be destroyed. That's why I say I'm a one-man revolution. I come to mash down Babylon. Not with no coup. I and I alone stample down Babylon to the ground. Because if you was moving with a group of people, they might want to compromise. And say, oh no, you shouldn't say that, you should say this. We shouldn't think that, we shouldn't think that. Oh no, no, I am not compromising with no angel. This is a disgusting system, must be destroyed, cannot be fixed. All those who are in it are wicked and evil. All those who are in religion are being deceived. You see what I mean? So I don't come to compromise with nobody. Burn up prophet, burn up the God who sent them as well. Burn Jesus and burn Mary. Fire! And all those idiotic and devilish and sick ideas. You see what I mean? I don't want anybody saying, oh, if, but. You see what I mean? Because I am a serious soldier. I don't mess. We ram truth right through the souls of human beings. Differently. You see? So I say, we don't come. Speech of truth cannot be compromised. We're here to destroy things. You know? The Pope is a devil. A sick human being. Although they say they're making money out of Jesus, in it. Archbishop of England, all of them who are pretend. Every single churchman is a sick human being, masking, pretending like as if they're doing some God when they're part of the goddamn system that has been oppressing the fellow human beings from I don't know when, performing this sick and ungodly thing so that they can live comfortably here on earth and fulfill their sick whatever else they got, sexual weakness or whatever they got. So you have to burn fire on these human beings. And no godly man could be in such organization. Because if he did, once he realized what they're going on with, he have to come out and speak against it. And if he stay in there and speak against it, they turn on him. You know what I mean? So all of them are just cowards, sick. And burn blood clot fire and these sick also. I am not here to compromise with devils in whatever form. If the black and burn up them blood clot, white fire same way. Anyway, if you in the east, west, north and south, I is a one-man revolutionary. That's why I say I don't work with anyone or intend to work with anyone or join no group. You know what I mean? And I don't advise anyone I'm advising, you know. Like I say, I don't teach people, I like to advise, call it advice. If I was advising anyone, yeah, I would advise them to join themselves, have a revolution within themselves, but don't join any organization. You know what I mean? Because you will end up in corruption. Yeah, because that's what all organizations are, corruption, you know? So I don't organize with no one, but I do organize with the one. And the organization now with the one is true organization. This is where you're going to define true oneness, true brotherly love, true sisterly love, true human love, true spiritual love. The seven. One love in everything. See what I mean? That is where the true, you find everything that is truthful and honest. And everything that is pure and clean is within the one. Within conscience, if you want to call it that. Yeah. Simpler for you. Save me forever saying it is Rastafari then, you know. Because like I say, we can put any name on this one, like conscience, Rastafari, God, whatever you want going on. But those are just names. Names are not the thing. You need to know the one that the name is trying to describe. And you can easily do that, like I say, if you begin to self-discipline. If you don't know how to listen to the inner voice, well, you can feel the one as well, you know. Feel, hear and see and all those things. If one is self-disciplined. But if you are not self-disciplined, you won't be able to comprehend the oneness of things. And that is when, like I say, religion might capture you, or business. Or if not, greed might see you passing by and grab onto you. When you're going down the road, jealousy might grab you. You don't even know you might run into lust. Lust might be living in you, you know what I mean? All kind of thing can take up residence in your garden when you don't know the one. You know what I mean? You might have drunkard growing in there, who know? Huh? Hate could be growing, spite. Like I said, greediness. You know? Selfishness. Vainness. You know what I mean? It's like when you look into some women garden, what they grow. Bloody hell. You need tidying up. You know what I mean? A woman, I say a woman, well, when I say a woman, I don't want to blame woman, you know, because woman don't know herself and man don't know it either. It's a very hard process, difficult process. Well, it's easy to know ourselves. But in the entanglement that we are in as male and female, it is very difficult to get out of this entanglement, to understand ourselves on a level. Because like I say, the man do not know himself simply because he's been programmed to think that he's just a man, a male, a singularity. So he doesn't recognize the duality within himself and balance this duality, which is his feminine aspect. And the same thing has been done to the sisters. Say, oh no man, you're just woman. Not alerting her to the same duality. And that she need to unbalance this duality instead of just relying on her emotional, while the male is relying on his macho. You know, if he know about his emotional side, he would use it to douse down his macho and achieve balance. And if she knew about her macho side, she would use it to douse down her emotional, and we achieve the same thing. We produce a light, positive and negative, unite them in ourselves, produce a light. When we produce this light, we are able to see and understand the one, and we can all follow the ways of the one and live in perfect harmony and unity. You see what I mean? But how are we going to do this, like I say, if we are organizing with beings? And when like I say, all organizations are sick. You just have to check, they are all selfish. So if I come and desert them, as an example, like I say, if I had the power to destroy all organization, then I wouldn't bother. No, I don't even want to know what you're on about. Just destroy, you know. Break it up. Only one organization. You say, get back to go and get back to your roots. Know yourself. In this we'll keep the roots on a spiritual level this time, instead of say going back to your root in Africa or in Europe or whatever. We'll keep it spiritual. Get back to your roots when you was a baby. When you come into this world innocent and pure. Eh? And this is when they program the mind then, full it up of bullshit. Now you have to empty it out and get back to that state of innocency. From this state of innocency, you will be able to comprehend the oneness of all things and all beings. You will no longer be confused by black and white, because black and white doesn't exist. You see what I mean? But they can tell you these things in organization, you know, you can blood clot believe them. What I hear, man, white man, black man. There is no blood clot white man and black man on this planet. You don't dig it. You've been brainwashed, you've been programmed for thousands of years to believe this. Like I tell you, I won't have to prove it anyway, but you are all full of shit. You carry on with your white man, black man, brown man, this man, and your rascal history and this and that. When death come for you and remove you and you go on the other side, You can go there and reap all the confusion that you love to live in. All the separation that you love to live in. All the black and white and brown and this that you love here. You go and reap it. If you persist in living in ignorance and refuse to have a revolution within thyself, because you don't want to stop your little dirty ways. I don't know whatever those ways are. We cannot tell an next human being what has greet them, because it might be different for each person. Some is greed, some is lust, some is jealous. But whatever you are doing, that is not right. I wouldn't have to tell you, because you know it. The only thing I can tell you is that if you don't stop these behavior that you recognize in your heart to be wrong, then these behaviors will keep you blind. And you are perfectly entitled to choose to carry on in ignorance, because that is your choice. No one can stop you. I'm not speaking to stop anyone being ignorant. I would wish there wasn't, though. Because if there wasn't ignorant, we wouldn't have all this problem on earth. But I cannot force them to not to be ignorant, because this is their choice. Life is eternal. If they choose this, that's why they have to have it. Have it for a very long time, because this is their desire. So I'm not here to force anyone not to choose negativity or to behave bad, but to advise them that such a move is a wrong move still, as a brother. You know what I mean? And like I say, when I speak, I don't speak to no one in particular, just the whole planet Earth. Because I deal with the planet, because I am going to clean up the planet. That's why I don't bother dealing countries, you know what I mean? I deal with Earth. Earth is like a plate. When you eat out of a plate, you wash the whole thing. You don't just wash some little bit of it. So our intention is to wash the whole earth. You see what I mean? As a bad boy revolutionary, I deal with big things, I say, galactically and in this case, earthically. You know what I mean? Because clean up, it cannot be fixed. And the intelligence that you call God then, while making this plea to God, even God will be able to understand. So, brethren, this cannot be fixed. It's best we just burn it down like when we burn a forest down, and let it spring again. You know what I mean? But to fix it, you know what I mean? It can't be fixed. Because the whole system is bad, you know what I mean? You need to burn up money and all those business. Get rid of that totally and utterly from out of the atmosphere. Because we're going back to roots. Go back to when people used to live without money. Money wasn't at the beginning of time, It's as if people forget about these things. These are just, money just come in when men decide to get really violent, sickly, and you know what I mean? And they've gone worse. It's money why they're producing. They have enough farms already, but money drives them to produce more. It's money while they kill each other, go to war. Because the more they kill each other, the more bullets they sell, the more money they make. The rich and elite who is using you to kill. Yes, man. So everything is geared on money. Money. So they you know what I mean? They're intended. But if you get rid of money now, a lot of what you're doing now, you wouldn't do it. You would have no need to do it. Because you're not after money and you're not after conquering other people's gas and them oil and them land and them water. Kill, murder. I tell you though, like we say, we are all spirit, we are brothers. But my European brother here, this man must be totally... And when I don't mean all European, brethren, just your leaders, whether they're in England, France, Germany, America, wherever you find them, they are the most bloodthirsty beings. Because you have killers everywhere. But these are organized, big killing, mass power, like how Britain do it, France, the devil America over the all of them together, all these powers. Make atomic bomb to kill and they murder people in all kind of different ways. Spray all kind, do all kind of things. I said, this brother is really, really sick. You know what I mean? And why would he choose such punishment for himself? I don't know. Because all you're doing is choosing punishment for yourself, really. After you finish here on earth, when death come for you, excuse me, after you finish here on earth, you know, we call it puffing up your chest. You puff up your big chest here on earth, see? And live this kind of life, killing and me. You don't, death coming for you and you have to pay. Everything, none of your crime went amiss. True intelligence, like I tell you, don't miss nothing. Sees everything. Have it recorded there in your memory. So that you cannot deny it. Sees everything, knows everything. The all-seeing eye is within you. I call that one the secret dweller. This secret dweller has been dwelling in man from when he was like, that you claim he was monkey then, from them time. From when man first walked on earth. And any man who ever live, ever, and speak any truth, it is this hidden master within that tell it to him, and he pass it out to you, just like how a mirror reflect a light. See? You have beings who live a self-disciplined life, and then when you are doing that, the one will teach you and educate you. Once the one teach you and educate you, and spiritual matters a man about, you know. The one don't teach you how to make a car and how to make bus and how to do this and that. That is knowledge. You have to go and learn that of men. Men teach that. Men are the teachers of knowledge. I'm on about the teacher of wisdom, which is only the one can do this. Because like I tell you before, wisdom is light. And light can only come from the sun. And the moon is a receiver of light. And it can reflect light. Likewise, the mind possesses no light. It's a receiver of light from the one that dwells within. The secret dweller, secret teacher. So when you know this one, you can reflect the light of that one, like the fire lion is doing, reflecting the light of the one that dwells within. Ain't no being anywhere in the universe can defeat that one, because that is the one that knows truth. And light cannot come from anywhere else. You know what I mean? Not from out of your books. You know, like when they say the Quran say, God is closer to you than your beard. This is the one. I know this one. Who is closer to human being than their beard? And this one is within. This one is the giver of light. You see, but how are you going to find all this out if you don't have a revolution within thyself and fight against thy own little petty ways? You see what I mean? You're not going to understand all these things. You see? So we need a revolution. But like I say, I don't want no revolution. I don't want to join up with anyone to cause a revolution, you know. Because their idea of revolution and mine might be totally different. My idea of a revolution is to destroy Babylon totally. All over. So I look in China and I say there's 1 billion Chinese living in China. But most of these over 1 billion Chinese are living in abject poverty and separation. The richness of China is only shared by a couple million of them. The great majority poverty. If I go to India, I find the same thing running. That the majority of Indians are living in abject poverty, while a few Indians live it up big and make whatever they're making and go about India progressing. It's not progressing, it's regressing. China is not progressing, it's regressing. And anywhere else on this planet, it's the same thing going on. So I intend to destroy all these things and the people that organize them, because they are wicked and sick. So yes, the leader of the Indians are wicked and sick. I'll go into hell if there is a place where confused and evil, wicked people go end up in darkness. These people that are the rulers and governors of this planet, as they will see, they're going to pay dearly for not knowing the one, for imagining to themselves that they are, I don't say kings and president, crime minister I call them. Well, it wasn't I who invented the term crime minister, but I like using that term. These crime minister and president, emperors, and all these who are supporting them and are receiving medals from them and glory from them. Oh, they're going to pay dearly for this. All of you who are supporting this ungodly system, because at the end of the day, one creative energy created us all. And we all have the intelligence to see when things is going wrong and know what is wrong. And yet a lot of us is here joining it. A lot of you in the music industry are singing ungodly songs just because the master is paying you a lot of money. You know? And you can see how sickly these people is. To do this sickly behavior, they have to have what they call alter ego. Because when you are your normal self, you know such a thing is sick. But to do it now, you have to pretend to be somebody else so you can behave in the most vile and sickly way. Anybody with an alter ego or ego is a sick person. You're sick when you have an ego anyway. Never mind having an alter one. You know, like you have about 3-4 of them. So anybody, all those people who are singing music or acting and going on about, it's their alter ego and why they're doing this and doing that. This is a way of identifying sick human beings. Human beings who should be, like I say, be in mental institution. But because of the sick atmosphere that we are living in, these are the very humans that are being admired. You know, even yesterday I'm having a conversation with a young girl. She's only about 14. And she's going on about, oh, how Beyonce is rich and successful and the song she sing and Beyonce. And I'm trying to, even though she was just a young girl, I still have to give it to her roughly and let her know that Beyonce is a little witch, little devil, and that the songs that she's singing are meaning no good. But I perfectly understand how she could be captivated by Beyonce at her age. And it is because of people like her why they're using somebody like Beyonce. If it wasn't her, it would be somebody else, to influence the mind of the young, like that my friend daughter who I was talking to. You see what I mean? To give these young girls or these young boys the impression that yes, this is a good lifestyle to live like an ungodly human being. You see what I mean? And it doesn't to them now, it doesn't matter how ungodly she is. The fact is they are seeing the money, the millions that she makes. You know, it doesn't matter how I try to tell this young girl that Beyonce, she don't even look like she's an African woman or a black woman. She don't want to look like one. You know what I mean? She's striving her best to look European. So it shows you how much lost she is. She don't even want to be well, she can't be a natural self if she's Shasha Fierce at the same time as being Beyonce, and God knows what else she is. You know what I mean? But it is, you see, these souls are being used. But at the same time, used or not, because we are souls, like we say, we have a responsibility. It's no excuse if we just allow others to use us and manipulate us. You know what I mean? Can't be done like that. Some part of us must desire some of these things. So these beings desire to be in what they would deem the public eye, to be known, to be famous, to be remembered. But to remember for what? For singing a load of shit, I say, talking a load of nonsense. Yeah. You will be remember when that come for you. Go on the other side. We remember you well over there. You'll be greeted well for all the vile and sickly corruption that you spew out here on earth. And who you help corrupted. Just for the sake of being rich and being billionaire. Like I say, I'd rather die in poverty. 50 times in poverty. Rather than be any like these pop star and movie star and all the rest of souls who sell the very soul just to be comfortable for how long you live. I don't know, some of them, and a lot of them die young anyway. You die before you're 100 and you sell your very soul just so people can remember and talk about you, claim that you is a star. Star what? You might have been a star, I say, but a falling star. All human beings are stars, but you're a falling star. You no longer shine. Your light has dimmed. And the only reason why your light has dimmed, our light, well, some of us are regaining our sparkle, you know what I mean? But all those who have not recovered their sparkle are falling star. And the reason why you haven't recovered your sparkle is because of the ungodly way that you've come here and behave. And you have accepted the wickedness. You've partaken it so that you can drive in the Rolls Royce and the Bentley and the Ferrari and all the other big name. You can rear your Ralph Lauren and your Gucci and some other expensive big name. You can drink your Crystal and whatever champagne and whatever other rare whiskey and wine. Rear the finest clothes and do all that bullshit until death come for you. And then when you go home now, I don't know what you have to show for it, for the effort that you come to earth and live. Maybe all you've got in your memory there, your bank, is the way that you abuse your fellow soul just so you could be the one drinking the Crystal. Or you be the one sitting on the television being interviewed, you know? Or you is the one who get invited to be an actor up in Hollywood or Nollywood. You see me? Or Bollywood. Any one of them. But people, humans sell the soul for a small price, I say. What good is a billion to you when debt come anyway, 25 billion? So why sell your soul to get it? You know what I mean? It is no good for you when debt come to remove it from you. I suppose, and then again, these people must, the more money they have, the more terrified they have of dying in it. Because you have to leave all these lovely things that you've acquired on the earth. I don't know why you come here and try to make permanent residence on this earth. You cannot be here permanently, so don't bother bedding. You should be packing your suitcase, ready to go. And like I tell you, your suitcase is the memory. You know what I mean? That is where all the deeds are stored of what you did here. Excuse me, how you did it. And who you do it to. Because trust me, I repeat again, I don't believe in God. I know God. I know you don't like that word then. What shall I tell you that I know? The highest intelligence that dwell within man, I know that one. Not only dwell in man, in woman as well. I have seen that one, so I know for about 5,000 billion trillion % certain. That's why I'm so bad and fierce. That's why I can just move on my own. Because my word go. Either on earth or anywhere in the universe. You might not know that it's true, but I don't give a bumbleclot whether you want to know or not. That's your problem. I know that it is. So me just kill any boy with that. That's why I say I tell you for 1 trillion %, man. If you have follow Jesus and darkness, you better get out of your religion. You know? All that is nonsense. You can only get sense from your conscience. Not from those stupid religious people who are leading you astray. Like I say, dressing up in ladies' dress, gowns, you know. Claiming that God sent them prophet and, you know, Daniel and this and that and we and the first and the last, and God can't send any prophet, fools. You are here to make a choice. God cannot interfere in the choice. You have already got it. It's up to you to choose. God can send and God cannot save. Just like those idiots following Jesus about your 10 commandments. About thou shalt not steal, thou shalt. Nothing, God cannot say anything like that. That's idiotic and stupid. They rob it from the 42 commandments of the Mahat. Well, it was shaved down to 42. It's about 142, I reckon. That's where Moses learned it from in Egypt. He never went up any mountain, fools. You know what I mean? And in the Mahat, it don't say, thou shalt not steal. It says, I have not stolen. I have not slept with man wife. I have not robbed cattle. I have not done this. That is the spirit. But these idiots now who are tricking you with Jesus, just telling you bullshit, lying story, tell you about Moses go up Mount Sinai in Africa, same, and that God give him 10 commandments up there. Don't be stupid. You know what I mean? That is idiocy. All you Christians, don't you ever wonder why all your greats have to come to Africa? Because Egypt is in Africa, you know. It might not be in your own idiotic mind, but that's what it's Africa. African black people live there. Built it before these who call themselves Egyptian or Arabs invade the goddamn place. When they are talking in the Bible, when they send Abraham, Moses, Joseph, where you claim is your prophet down there to Egypt to learn. But those people never exist either. You know what I mean? These Moses, Joseph, Jesus, Abraham. That's just these Europeans writing themselves into the Egyptian story to give themselves a bit of legitimacy. As if them, you know, because they never create nothing. They just, all of their characters are fantasies of their own imagination, you know, like Solomon and all them, and David and Goliath. You know, they're heroes. Nothing don't go like that. Their heroes are Harry Potter. You see what they're writing about Solomon, was the sayings of Psalms and all that. It's copied from Egypt. Was right by no Solomon. And as them all those Greek brothers and Plato and all this and that. Don't you see the right that they go to Egypt and learn? But they wasn't real people either. You know? The Greek just make them, or somebody just make them up, I say. You know? But if they was real, they did come to Africa so that we could teach them. Why the blood clot they never stay in Greece then? But they themselves, as God, if it was real, he's telling you that, yeah, we tried to down there in Egypt and learn certain things, you know? But now these people that was believe that, no man, your ancestor never knew anything. How the fuck we never knew anything and they build the pyramid? And with what? You mean they never know mathematics? There was a master mathematician, master of this and master mason, master builder. Yeah, I hear some man here now saying there's masons. Well, it's obvious to me who the original mason is. Those are the men who build pyramids, like those where you can still go and witness in Egypt. Those are the master. And you know, there's no masons in Europe or China and pyramids everywhere that the Incas got over there. None of them can compare to the one that are in Africa. So that means the master mason is down there in Africa. And that was just us demonstrating the outward form of masonry. In deep Congo, we have the inner form of masonry. which way we make connection with the one and build the house that can never be destroyed by no one, because this house is built by conscience. The house that you cannot see, you know. House of firm, house of ideas, you know. Oh yeah, those are the houses that we build in Congo. So when they come in the bush, they never see these houses. You see what I mean? Because they weren't built outside. You can go to Egypt and see there what those brothers, you know, because they decide to beautify the outward farm and produce these buildings. You see what I mean? But we have them in. Like we build within, so others can't see this house. And that is the true form of masonry. When you know how to build the house of God. These idiots that are running around hiding, they are just masons to exploit the earth and exploit their fellow human being, hiding knowledge. They lack wisdom, you know what I mean? They are just storing knowledge, hiding it and using it to help one another and make money. They are sick human beings because they are organized. They can never set eye on wisdom. You see what I mean? Because to set eye on wisdom, you have to be a self-disciplined human being who love what is right and correct and truthful and honest. You can't be in an organization where you're hiding stuff, you know, where you're mason and secret initiation to get in and all them kind of thing. Those are for sickos. Clean and honest being, like I tell you, move on their own. They don't join any sick thing, performing any stupid ritual. You know what I mean? Those are for beings who like I say, they have no desire or intention to live clean. So they behave in this ungodly manner. You see what I mean? But these are not truthful spiritual beings. A truthful spiritual being walk on their own, bonfire on anyone, like I tell you. Male or female, black or white, speak the truth. You know? And anyone can speak the truth, man or woman, you know. Truth speaking doesn't depend, like say, you know, when you go to church. You women are stupid, that's what I say anyway. But you're always going to the church listening to the preacher. No women can preach. It's only lately they're allowing a few women. But you get the point anyway. This is in truth. It's those who know it speaking. So if a woman knows the truth, she's speaking it. What difference does it make if we have a woman telling us the truth? All the better, I say, when it's a woman delivering it than a man. But in the truth, it doesn't matter who is speaking it if it was a yellow man in it. Who cares? All we care about is that the being has discovered the truth and is telling it to us. And the truth is a thing that can uplift us, make us better human beings, let us understand ourselves more clearly, live more reasonable. So I don't care who tell that to me. If it's my grandmother and my wife and my sister, you know. I don't see why because you have to use your mouth to speak the truth, and a woman's got a mouth. You know what I mean? So if she's got a mouth, she can use it as well, because she uses it to eat. She uses it to talk. So if she can talk, and talk with her mouth, why the fuck would God not want her to speak the truth with her mouth? Why the fuck did he give it to her? If she can't use it to speak what is right and correct. Of course she can use her mouth to speak what is right and correct. But these male chauvinistic pigmen, I say, they are the one who has hijack life in a way, and has convinced others now that somehow, you know, God is a man and God angel a man and him a man and him prophet a man and this is a man's world and all this load of bullshit. This is not a man world, this is a male and female world. Ain't no world going on here without male and female. This is not a Batman world. And I know that right now they are championing the right in earth now. They are championing the right of same-sex marriage and all kind of bullshit. What you should be championing is the right of women. Never mind the right of Batman. the right of women should be priority first, rather than be champion same sex. I want to champion the equality of women. You see what I mean? Because without women, ain't no life going on. You don't understand? I'm speaking for the straight man now, the big man, alright. I can't just deal with batting. He does that. He doesn't care about women. So he wouldn't have to defend the right of women, because he can go and talk about the right of man, because he, as according to him, he's in love with man. Don't know what kind of love that is. You know what I mean? Well, I am in love with woman if that was the case. I love my mother and my sister, my daughter, my granddaughter. You know what I mean? So I'm saying here, they don't have any rights for this, I can't understand why women don't have equal blood clot rights to the fullest. Not even half, Equal fucking rights. Equal. That's what women should have. Here, there, any blood clot where in the universe. But she doesn't have none. So why aren't we up in arms all over the world about the rights of women? Equal in everything. No, it is more exciting to get the rights of men to marry men, to show our equality. I say it's to show your sickness. You know what I mean? I say, all to their own choice. You pay for that, you know what I mean? We are here to make a choice between positive and negative. Some human choose negativity and celebrate it. Give praise to it. Well, if that's what you love, that's what you're going to reap. And if you support all those sick ideas, yes, you go and reap them. You know what I mean? If people are campaigning for two men to have sex together, yeah, well, you love that, and you think that is some form of equality or love. Showing love. That is not love. That is sex business. Sex is not love. You know what I mean? The fact that even two straight people is together, that doesn't mean that they love each other or love. That's not love. You know what I mean? You can't express love through sex. You can do it, but me say you can't do it. You know what I mean? So the fact I love my friends, I have whole heap of male friends, so I should go and have sex with them to prove that I love them. You see what I mean? And then call it love. No, that is not love. Love is when you know the one. When you understand the oneness of our life and our human beings. You know what I mean? When you learn to be faithful and to be truthful. You know what I mean? When you learn to choose the right thing over the wrong thing. When you learn, I would say, to go up the right you have a part of your body that is passing waste. A man passing waste. And yet you have a next man going there to have sex. A woman have a passage that pass waste as well. Maybe some man have sex there. But she have the place that you should have sex, one place. You me? A man don't have that place. A woman can produce a baby as far as I can see, which is what the act of sex produce. I don't see nobody man producing anything. So that show me that this is just a lustful, I don't know, some form of sicko behavior anyway, But that is their choice. I am not here to fight anyone. Like, I wouldn't go out and fight any homosexual. I refuse to be their friend, but because I'm a man who is speaking the truth, I have to tell you that this is wrong. I can't see that, right? But I'm going to stop you or fight you. It is your choice. You know what I mean? If you want to choose that, why should I stop you or force you? No. But you don't have to come and tell me that I must agree with it and sanction it as right, because I don't have to. And I will not sanction such behavior as right. You know what I mean? But I am, like I say, I'm not the law. So you don't have to, you know what I mean? All I'm here is is to, like I say, guide. Not to enforce my will on anyone. But I am also here to stick by what I know in my heart, to be truthful and honest as well. You know, and to be sincere to myself. So if I am going to be sincere, that means I would tell God the same things, brethren. I don't believe in badness, you know, cause really, you know. Even if God tell me that, yeah man, it's cool cause it's some farmer love. Well, if God says so, but that doesn't mean I have to go and cause I just tell God, well, that might be so, me not deal with them things, brethren, trust me. You know what I mean? I'll go and live with women. You know, because there is women in the universe, in it. So I would rather live with women. You know what I mean? Than to go kissing up my man friend them, you know. Or seeking some kind of, I don't know, whatever it is after them. I know all I want from a man is the pleasure we get with being with a man, reasoning and dealing with the thing. They will love that. Love man to the bones. But if I want somebody to cuddle up, that would have to be a woman cuddling up. Because some blood clot, man, what you talk about? And right now I am not cuddling up to no one, cuddling up to myself alone. You see what I mean? Because right now we living just like I'm talking where I'm on my own firing as a one fire. So there no one around to say, oh, you can't say this and you can't say that. And why did you say this and why? Because I don't give, like I say, too. But that spice it up with too much, right? Just suffice to say, I don't care. As long as I speak the truth to human being, knowing in my heart that this is the truth, I ram it through anyone east, west, north or south without caring. You understand? And at the same time caring, because I love all human beings, even those who are doing wrong. You know what I mean? This is not a hate thing. This is, I'm just trying to alert people to what is dwelling within them. Anyway, I have a slight cold, you know, I've been coughing all the time. So what I'm going to do now is reel out from the firehouse. And when the throat get a bit better, I'll come back and fire some more fire from firehouse, see me? Reel out and fire out. Rastafari, live it! I say, and rain it in the heart of all human beings. Fire!